Prime Minister Kamala Prasad has mandated all her new ministers to come up with a 30-day plan to prioritize areas within their ministries which must be addressed with urgency. And already Agriculture Minister Vasan Bharat says he realizes the Agriculture Ministry which he heads needs a database, one which officers can easily identify, among other things, how many farmers there are, what are they growing, where are the access roads, prices for produce and how floods affect farmers, and which areas are worst affected.
The officers then have to go out and make an assessment as to whether in fact there was anything growing there in the first place. So effectively they should know, an extension officer should be responsible for X farmer or X numbers of farmers. They should know what's been growing on that land. So if and when a flood takes place or any other damage takes place, they would have an up-to-date status of exactly what was taking place and be able to make an assessment immediately.
Bharat, who on Tuesday put the nation's food import bill at $4 billion, says this country has the capacity to produce more food. The local farmers just need help to do it.
So the 30-day plan that I'm going to present, which will be for the next year in the Agricultural Ministry, will be looking at revamping the industry, refocusing the ministry, so that we ensure that farmers, first of all, given some level of preference in the country, because of course without farmers we have no food.
Speaking with reporters in Centeno at the opening of the Agro-Biodiversity exhibition, he explained that part of what he intends to do is to develop an agricultural land policy.
What I want to do is to set out a land policy whereby we will specify the areas where people can plant and where they can't plant. For example, you may find that there are people who are planting on riverbanks, which is obviously once the river floods, so we need to set out a policy and we say, look, X amount of land is available to be planted, and this is how we're going to distribute it formally and in an organized manner. And anybody who takes a chance and goes and plants on a riverbank or elsewhere, which is not a designated farming area, then you do so at your own risk.
As Minister of Marine Resources, Bharat says he will also focus on the needs of the country's fishermen and will be meeting with Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Suraj Ramachan on Friday to discuss issues which affect Cedrus fishermen, who often have problems with the Venezuelan Guardia Nacional.